Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Acharya Nirvishesha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Hare. So much. So let's see what happens more in Vaikuntha Dham. Happy wedding anniversary, Shri Gaurangi Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
Sweet
you
that
so
you
much.
got to dress the Lord together, and the same dress that you got for the Lord, you could also adorn and enjoy that
Yes, Mataji.
special
That was the
feeling.
Lord's mercy.
I like the way Shri Gaurangi Mataji did the pallu of
Ah,
Radharani. It was so
so
cute. Very
yes.
cute.
What, Mataji? I missed it. Did I miss something?
We were wishing Mataji for her wedding anniversary that they got to dress their night dressing for their Lordship Shri Gaurangi Mataji yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she put the pallu so sweetly for Radharani that it was enhancing her beauty.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And the dress also they offered, that is their offering to their Lordships. So that's so sweet.
Okay.
Jai, Jai. Beautiful. So we will
Amazing.
reading. So in Vaikuntha, yesterday, Mataji, there was more description of how loving the Lord is and still he is unsatisfied. And Narad Muni told like all those varieties exist because those people got attracted to that form of the Lord, which was very revealing for me. Like even there are insects and bugs, and so those they like the Lord in that forms. Like Lord is also there in those forms. So they perfected their life in the bug form and in the insect form, and they are still in Vaikuntha in the pure form. And they are seeing the Lord in that insect form. I was like, wow, what to say. So the point that Narad Muni was trying to explain was the bug and the insect were not inferior to the human forms in the Vaikuntha. That forms they perfected, and they are in their perfect state, perfectly worshipping their lovable Lord.
Wow,
So it was
Mataji.
very amazing.
Amazing. Truly amazing.
And then
For
the
me,
point,
it's difficult to perfect even this human form.
so yeah,
Krishna.
the Lord expands to the extent he doesn't try to change us, he changes himself to please us. How much more loving, right, can a person be? That is our loving Lord. So let's see how much more love he gives in this Vaikuntha. Jai. Yes, Mataji. So we are in 161-62. So you could begin.
Thus, although Krishna, his associates, and his abode are seen in various forms in different places and in dreams and other special states of consciousness, they are with perfect consistency one although many, and they are always real. When any one of his forms is satisfied, so too are all his others.
Could you read the commentary also, Mataji? It's
Yeah.
nice actually.
If one worships Krishna in any of his forms, whether they reside in Vaikuntha or in any other of his abodes, one satisfies all his expansions. All the devotees of the Lord's plenary expansions, therefore, have great fondness and regard for one another.
So they don't fight among themselves. Like if we worship Narsimdev, Krishna is not unhappy.
Yeah.
This is very sweet to know that whichever form we get attracted to and worship, Krishna is fully satisfied. Jai.
Yeah.
They are all his expansions.
That that one Lord of Vaikuntha, Sri Krishna, resides in various places and appears in many forms just to give pleasure to all of his multitude of servants.
So he gives pleasure. He's doing all this just to give pleasure to his multitude of servants who like all the different races.
The Brahma perceived this truth when he stole Krishna's boys and calves in the forest of Vrindavana, and I realized it while wandering among his many places in the city of Dwaraka.
So we have to go back to Brahma Vimohan Leela where Krishna became all the cowherds, the calves, the cows. So the cows, calves were not inferior to the Gopa forms or the original Krishna who was there. So everybody had equal potency, and that's how they all showed into the four-armed Narayana form. And that when Brahma saw, he understood how he can simultaneously be one and different in front of him. And Narad Muni is visiting all the Dwaraka places. So here it's a little bit more explanation, Gayatri Mataji.
Narada was eager to go to Dwaraka to see Krishna in his places only because Krishna had married 16,000 princes all at the same time, while remaining in one and the same body. Had Krishna married his queens by expanding himself into 16,000 duplicate forms, Narada's eagerness would not have been so aroused, since Narada and other masters of mystic yoga like Saubhari are also able to expand themselves into duplicate forms. It was by sharing in Krishna's own mystic power to appear in expansions factually identical that Sri Devaki, Vasudeva, Uddhava, and other devotees had also been present simultaneously with Krishna in several different palaces, as Narada had witnessed.
This is amazing. Yes, yeah, you want to finish? Go ahead.
Therefore, Narada was correct when he told Gopakumara, Krishna, his associates, and his abode are with perfect consistency, one although many, and they are always real.
Jai. Like everybody actually went around like Devaki, Vasudeva, Uddhava. My goodness, what to say?
Leelavatri Mataji is not there, I guess, today. And
So
then Sindhu,
Gopakumara got the answer, right, Mataji? Because he is not satisfied. That's why Narada is telling this.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay.
Priya Madhvi Mataji, your turn.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes, Mataji. Inconceivable indeed is the amazing energy of the Supreme Controller, but nothing can be hidden from his unalloyed devotees.
Mataji, this previous verse that we just read and the commentary that we read, so it's this point that all the mystic powers appear in the expansions,
Yes.
Factually identical that Sri Devaki was no, like the Saubhari Muni is being mentioned here just to show like how we are part and parcel of Krishna. So like how jivas have minute qualities, Krishna is infinite. So this is Krishna's infinite quality to be to change his forms, and that is why some people can change their forms, right?
No, the point here, Saubhari Muni was brought up because he changed, he married some 50 queens or something like that. So he expanded into those forms and he separately stayed. But his like Krishna, along with his entourage, he expanded, not just him. So Saubhari Muni could only expand himself.
Okay.
He could expand his mother, his friend, his everybody he could expand. His
Oh, okay. Okay. So that is the main point. Yes. Okay. Got it, Mataji. Thank you.
When the one personality of Godhead simultaneously eats the items brought to him by thousands of wives, each wife sees that she has fed him first and that the only offering he is eating is hers.
They get so bewildered also.
Shashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Sometimes certain energies of the Lord enter into particular jivas who then become his Shaktyavesha incarnation. The wise consider these empowered incarnations as good as the Lord himself.
Yes.
The Supreme Goddess of Fortune shares in the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna. She is eternally his beloved, the concentrated embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss.
So now the verses are going to glorify the Shakti Tattva, the Mahalakshmi part of the Lord. How magnanimous, like how she also takes form, she also expands. Wherever the Lord expands, she also goes to serve the Lord.
Vallavi Gopi Mataji.
I'm not sure if she's there today.
Mataji, who is this Krishna? There is Krishna.
That is Krishna is our Jai Radhe Mataji.
Oh, okay. She's there.
Mataji, I'm listening, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, sorry. I was not
Welcome,
aware.
welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Then Srisha Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. She always resides on the Supreme Lord's chest and is fully dedicated to him. Her incarnations are non-different from her, just as Lord Krishna's are non-different from him.
Neeta Mataji.
Among those expansions, yes, Mataji. Among those expansions of Lakshmi is the controlling deity of all material opulence, who has great perfection at her command. But that bestower of prosperity is utterly neglected by the liberated souls, by candidates for liberation, and by devotees of the Lord.
So the Maya aspect of the Mahalakshmi, the Maya Devi, they don't give a lot of importance to her. Those who are on the path of spiritual progress, that's what they're trying to say.
Richa Mataji.
Everywhere it is said that even new devotees are dearer to the personality of Godhead than that form of Lakshmi, who is usually very fickle.
So those who worship Lakshmi without Narayan, they are not attached to that. That's what they're trying to say, that she is fickle in the sense she keeps moving from one place to another if the Lord is not with her.
Neeru Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Similar to the original Lakshmi, we should understand are the goddess of the earth and the other consort of the Lord, for the Lord's creative energy are are all of one category.
Anybody else who did not get to read yet? Lakshmi is sometimes called by such various terms as Mahavibhuti, Yoga, and Yogamaya.
She personifies the glorious celebration of existence, knowledge, and bliss. She is eternal, absolutely real, and without beginning or end. The essence of her identity is beyond describing.
So this is being said so that we understand the Shakti Tattva of the Lord.
She is the mother who gives birth to the varieties of aesthetic that appear during the worship of Lord. To her the Supreme Lord display his different features.
Thus, the distinct varieties of the Lord's devotees, of his devotional service, of his world, and of his activities constantly arise from Lakshmi.
Yes. A little bit more.
She expands into three energies: the energy of desire, the energy of knowledge, and the energy of action. No difference can ever be found between the energy and its processor.
That Satchid Ananda Swarup we say, right? So for all that, even the energy part is the goddess Mahalakshmi.
Priya Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Mataji, who read before so I can remember? Who's that Mataji?
Mataji, after Gayatri Mataji, because today Nan Sundri Mataji is not
sure.
speaking.
The pure servants of the Lord understand her and her activities, but persons whose minds are confused by dry knowledge derived from bad logic cannot figure out what she is.
It's very hard to understand Mahalakshmi if we don't have devotion towards the Lord.
Of the two divisions of the Lord's energy, the superior and the inferior, she is known as the superior energy. She acts on her own and is also called Prakriti, nature.
She has many expansions who are named in terms of the various manifestations they produce. Maya, who comprises the material modes, appears as her shadow.
Vasantaras Mataji. Vasantaras Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji. This Maya is the generator of the false material creation. She embodies falsity and ignorance, and therefore she cannot be described. Though non-eternal yet primordial, she creates for the jivas the cycle of material life.
Sri Mataji.
Appearing in person, she presides over the eighth covering of the universe. Because the transformations of material creation do not affect her, she is called Prakriti.
Prakriti. Yes, that's how the word Prakriti also has the English word as nature. So the opposite of Prakriti is Vikriti. That means which keeps changing. So basically, they say like sometimes they want to taunt us. They say you have a basic nature, that core nature that does not change, right? So they always mention that's Prakriti. So Maya Devi herself, she is not changing, but her expansions of that illusory energy that keeps changing.
Only by transcending her does one attain liberation and devotional service. She has produced the material universe, a creation no more real than magician's trick.
Richa Mataji.
But whatever that energy creates appears substantial and real, just like the things that ascetics like Kardama create from their austerities, mystic yoga, and other attainments.
The Kardama Muni also created those celestial places for Devahuti to enjoy and to procreate. But they're all not real, but they exist. So that's how Maya creates this whole world, which is not real, but it is still there.
Neeru Mataji.
Lord Krishna alone is the bestower of the fruits of all auspicious work. His lotus feet are worshipped by the masters of yoga. Whatever his personal energy creates is eternal and real and beyond illusion, just as he is.
The incarnations of Sri Krishna, the original personality of Godhead, are likewise not different from him. Their source, just as he is eternal and real, so are they.
Krishna alone is the source of all the incarnations of Godhead. By his infinitely various excellences, distinct from those of everyone else, he is always supreme. Those excellences are known by the term bhaga.
Yeah, like the parts, the portions. Bhag.
And Krishna is different from Narayan. For when Krishna appears in his descent in the material world, he fully manifests the many unique glories that distinguish Krishna alone, charming, attractive glories that can be known only to hearts softened by the prem bhakti.
Mm. Jai.
Still, the servants of the Lord's incarnations achieve the greatest happiness in the loving services they prefer, each according to his own mood.
So this is emphasized everywhere, own desire, own mood. Yeah, Krishna. Priyamad.
Yes, sorry, Mataji. My mind is after Naina Sundari like that. According to the way one worships, the Lord awards different results. One who thus reaches the goal he has pursued never feels discontent.
The Lord's pastimes expand in unlimited variety. His mind is deeper than millions of oceans. The opulence of his diverse pastimes attracts his devotees to him in so many ways. Who can understand him by speculation? Commentary. But why doesn't the Lord bestow the very best method of worship upon all his devotees? After all, he is Rishikesh, the master of the senses, who inspires all the energies of knowledge and activity. If he wanted to bestow the very best method, he could, but he chooses instead to respond to the individual taste of each devotee for a particular loving service. This variety of reciprocation with many different devotees is his Leela and his special greatness. How can anyone presume to understand why he acts as he does? We can understand only this much. Were he not to expend varieties of pastimes with various devotees, the charm of his variegated enjoyment would not be complete.
All our questions are getting answered there only. Jai.
Especially mine, Mataji. Shashikala Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Even amidst such diversity, the Lord's mercy achieves its highest perfection. For despite the hierarchy of greater and lesser devotees, none are affected by envy or by any such bad feelings towards others. Each devotee, following his own nature, attains the final limit of happiness in the service that suits his own taste.
Wow. There's a little bit of the commentary by the nature.
Yes, Mataji. By the nature of devotional service, none of the Lord's servants ever become dissatisfied. On the heavenly planets and elsewhere in the material world, inequality always leads to conflict and envy, but not so in the dealings between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Rivalry, jealousy, and other undesirable emotions never interfere with their happiness. Devotees on the path of pure devotional service are protected from these inauspicious influences, including false pride and malice towards others. Vaishnavas are naturally friendly to one another. Free from envy, they can peacefully pursue their real self interest.
So this is the description of the people who are already in Vaikuntha. So we don't have to feel dejected, even though the qualities, whatever is listed, is in within me. It's a process of purification that we are on the process. Yeah.
Because the Lord's pure devotees are absorbed in their true identity of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, they do not accept inferior happiness as great, nor do they get involved with the petty pleasures of materialists or of sannyasis with impersonalist views.
The hierarchy among devotees is only imagined according to their own forms of service and according to the happiness each devotee derives from his own relationship with the Lord. Each devotional relationship or rasa and its corresponding varieties of pleasure may for convenience be measured in terms of relative degrees of perfection. In the 9 methods of devotional practice, such as hearing and chanting, and in the various services devotees render to the Lord in Vaikunta and elsewhere, attending the Lord in person, massaging his feet, dressing his hair, serving him as a doorkeeper, each devotee relishes the highest possible happiness from his own service to his own worshipable Lord. By presuming a hierarchy of these services, one may also devise a hierarchy of happiness and may accordingly rank devotees. But even if, as some persons hold, such a hierarchy is factual, no pure Vaishnava thinks himself deprived of anything. All the Lord's devotees feel completely satisfied and happy.
This is the situation in Vaikuntha for all the devotees. They are completely satisfied and happy.
Some of these residents of Vaikuntha are eternal associates of Lord Krishna, and others have come here by his mercy, having gained the privilege to enter.
Yeah, it is said in this commentary that some residents of Vaikuntha have always been there, like Anantasesha, Garuda, and others. Like Bharata, Priyavrata, and Jaya and Vijay, they just came back and became associates of the Lord. So still they don't see any differences. That's what they're trying to emphasize.
Richa Mataji.
Although everyone equally enjoys the bliss of worshipping the Lord, certain differences are conceived. Devotees are considered relative outsiders or insiders, depending, for example, on whether they serve the Lord from afar or from nearby.
Neeru Mataji?
Though all these devotees are equal to the Supreme Lord in being eternal, there is still a natural distinction between the servant and the served. This distinction is eternal and real.
So the only distinction is between who is being served and who is the servant. There is no difference in the servants category, but the two category that exists is who is getting served and who the servant is, which is real. These devotees are equal to the Lord in being embodiments of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, just like Him. Yet Sri Krishna has a certain inconceivable mystic potency that attracts these devotees to the sweet ecstasy of worshipping Him and makes them always think that they are servants at His lotus feet.
And so it is with his incarnations. They are also non different from Sri Krishna Dev, for they are complete embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. But although Krishna is considered non different from his plenary expansions, he is also distinct from them, and not only because he is their source, but also because he has his own sweet perfection.
Yes, so slowly Narad Muni is building up the point. They're not different, but still they're different.
Mhm.
Saying how because he's very sweet, Krishna's pastimes are very sweet. So we will stop at 200. So Amritanandini Mataji, go ahead.
Some persons say that Lord Krishna is the exclusive embodiment of perfect eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He is, after all, the supreme Brahma, but his associates are all liberated souls who are also embodiments of Brahma.
Brahman. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Yes, I'll stop sharing. Narad Muni is going in great detail because he's giving the jnana of bhakti to Gopakumar. He's getting all that class. So most of us already know that Krishna, that he's not different, all his incarnations are not different, but still he is the supreme Godhead from whom everyone else emanates. And here that distinction is made in Vaikuntha because Vaikuntha Vasis don't believe that. They feel that Lord Narayan is the supreme from whom all the incarnations come. So Narad Muni is helping him to understand the position of Krishna here in this Dham, because Vaikuntha is considered the great planetary place where the opulent Lord Narayan is worshipped with all awe and reverence, and everybody else as his servants. Nobody reveals this secret there. So Narad Muni, out of his compassion and seeing the condition of Gopakumar, he's revealing this greatest secret just to him because he has seen the truth. So he's able to impart this to him. Yeah. Any more reflections from this reading? I just had a small realization today, being Ekadashi, and from morning I was thinking, yeah, it is Ekadashi, very nice. Bhishma Panchaka, very very nice. Everything is nice, but I am not feeling any sweetness about more. I just feel the austerity part today. And then there was a post on the Facebook, and even though every year I read this, I don't know, it just doesn't stay in my head. And it is said how today is the day Lord Krishna, from the baby Krishna, turned Uttanna. He turned from his back to the belly, and he killed Shakatashur today, and he started crawling. So when just remembering that, that was so sweet out of all the things of the day today. So giving more weightage that Lord Krishna's pastimes are very sweet to remember. And Yashoda Maya was throwing a big party and celebration was happening in Vrindavan because baby turned over from his back to his belly.
I just remembered how Maharaj always says, right? There is everything, even the baby coughs, there is a
celebration.
So it was so nice. Yeah.
The point of him turning was so important because now he can crawl and go see Radharani. He can move. So it was mentioned in that reading that he's going to crawl now to make his way to go see his beloved eternal consort Radharani. So that was so sweet.
Okay.
And it was also mentioned that Shakatashur represents the new and old bad habits. The new and old bad habits. So it was said that we should pray to Krishna that he can break our new and old bad habits. And that's the point of taking Sankalpa, the audio clip that I had shared. So Sankalpa means we are praying to the Lord to give us the strength to break our old and new bad habits. So we can make some vow. Taking a vow means we are going against the current. We are trying to go against our own natural current of unable to wake up, unable to stay focused and chant, unable to follow any kind of vows, the laziness, all that we are trying to fight. So alone we cannot do, but Krishna has the power. And when he Satya Sankalpa, his another name is. So he becomes the Sankalpa, our Sankalpa, he becomes, and he takes over. Like how for Arjuna, he took the vow to kill Jayadratha and he went and slept. And Krishna had to sit up all night and plan now how to kill Jayadratha. So we give the responsibility, in a sense, take shelter of him to take our vow also, to follow the vows. That was very sweet. So thank you all so much. Actually, like in the morning, it was so nice hearing you all and chant together. It was just so amazing. And I hope I can continue with your blessings another 4 more days at least, being holidays in this quarantine time. Any other realizations? Mataji, it is so beautiful to hear from you all. Everybody is so quiet. You all have so much to share.
I don't know. I'm very tired, Mataji.
That is also happens, yes. Ekadashi effect.
I'm so
I think
tired.
today is a Tulsi Vivah day also, right?
Some people do it today, but some people do it on the last day of the Bhishma Panchaka, that's on Sunday. They break the vow with the Vivaha and the celebrations. So it's somebody do it today, somebody do it on Dwadashi. So each culture has, different practices.
I remember last year you sent the pictures of Tulsi Vivah, Mataji.
And I pray that I could do this year too, Mataji. Yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I had one question about Bhishma Panchaka. So Bhishma Panchaka, like why it is being celebrated or like it is being observed is, like Bhishma was sleeping in the bed of arrows, and last 5 days he's thinking, okay, let me just focus on Krishna and without eating anything, like he's focusing on Krishna. That is the significance, right, Mataji?
Yes, he's taking a vow. Yes.
So, okay, Mataji. So Mataji, like there is some things like going on in my mind. So you like the war happens for 18 days. It is usually comes in December, right, Mataji? Because that's when Bhagavad Gita what is it? Yeah, the Bhagavad Gita happens in December, right? Usually it is in December. So after the war, only then Bhishma will leave his body, right, Mataji? That
Yes,
will
not
come in
even.
Uttarayana Kal in before
Yeah.
January 14, before Shankranti. So I
Yes.
was wondering, like, it's a little bit conflict for me. I'm not able to understand why it is today.
Yeah. So the point is, he's taking that vow of making his let my mind be fixed on the Lord. When you read the Bhishma Stuti, he fixes his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna, and he says, I want to now just concentrate on the Lord. I don't want to do anything else. He has not left his body yet, but it is the Bhishma Panchaka is said for that great vow that he goes through. So, and the Uttarayana starts from, and the being the last 5 days of Karthik. So all that is combined together, that any vrata, the last days they intensify, right? So Karthik vrata is coming to an end too. So with my understanding, that's what I understand, Mataji.
No, Mataji, I think Mataji means the time frame, right, Mataji? So
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Because usually Bhagavad Gita happens, like the advent of Bhagavad Gita is in December, right? Which means Mahabharata war has not yet started, right, Mataji? So why Bhishma Panchaka is coming now? Like, I mean, I was not able to relate.
So Mataji, from what I understand was we are referring to the English dates, right? And the Tithi dates are very different, and over the years they change. Like if we track our kids' birthdays according to Tithi, over the years you will see that they completely change. Like your child would the first birthday might fall somewhere in February or first week of March. Over the years it would change, it would move to the first week of February. So that is what I understood, that if we track the English calendar and we see our tithis, we get bewildered. But the tithi dates, if we go by it, and this happened long back, right? So we cannot understand it from that perspective. What we are seeing is Gita Jayanti falls in December and Bhishma Panchak comes before. That is what we are referring to.
Even if you follow Tithis,
Yes,
Mataji,
Mataji.
even
Yes,
if you
Mataji.
follow Tithi also, Gita Jayanti comes on Ekadashi. We celebrated as per Tithi only, right?
Yes,
Gita
Mataji.
Jayanti we celebrate. But after Gita Jayanti only, Bhishma left his body, not before Gita Jayanti.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, that was my question actually.
That's a nice
Yes,
question,
Mataji.
Mataji, actually. Yeah. Until now, I did not even think
because
about
like I understand about tithis and all that, and I usually see even in our calendar and all that, advent of Gita is in December only. So I was wondering like why Bhishma Panchaka falls in November. So I was not able to understand.
Research needs to be done. So let's all take it up.
Yeah. Maybe it's not the day he left the body, Mataji. It might be his
It's
birthday
not the
also.
day. Yeah.
Maybe it might be his birthday or something.
Chaitanya Charan Prabhu actually gave a class on this, and he said it's not the day that he left his body, but it is the vow that he takes after going on the bed of arrows. So,
Mataji, is the
more.
Makar Sankranti?
Then the Gita is already spoken, right? Because he is on the bed of arrows means Bhagavad Gita has already been spoken.
Still, I forgot, but I will read up Mataji's. I really don't remember.
Mataji, is these the day like when because I was hearing a lecture that like these are the days when Pandavas went to meet Bhishma Dev and he started glorifying the Lord. So maybe these are the days when he glorifies the Lord, and that's why we observe it. I'm not sure. Like maybe it's just
Sure. Yeah, this is a thing that we need to sit and read. Yes.
In Makar Sankranti, Bhishma Dev left body, no, Mataji?
Yes.
Yes.
I hearing.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Everybody, let's do research and get back with an answer.
I'm thinking it might be his birthday or something else, Mataji. Not we have to remember him somehow. So
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna. Yeah, if somebody gets an answer, do share it tomorrow or whenever you get it for clarification.
Sure.
Jai. But I just love that it is Gaur Kishore Das Babaji's disappearance day too, and how
Yeah.
wonderful was a renunciate. And whatever makes us intensify our vows to chant our rounds better, I am thankful for that at this point.
That's true.
That is so true, Mataji. This is just
Who
an
will inspire us?
inspiration to do more of
Yeah,
spiritual practice.
either Bhishma Dev or Gopakumar or Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, whoever is still helping me.
Whoever keep us in the path, we will.
Yes,
I am
Mataji, that is so true.
at shelter at this time. Krishna, Krishna. But it is really nice chanting with you all in the morning. So please let's continue the morning chanting. Thank you. Any more reflections, thoughts, questions,
Yeah,
concerns?
Mataji, I felt Mataji that this yuga that where Narada Muni was explaining, the Lord is expanding himself to satisfy the devotees. Like that means Lord is serving. The Lord is not enjoying. Maybe that's why Krishna is not there. Krishna in some other loga that he don't want to serve the devotees. He want to enjoy. That's why he is not there. That's why I felt.
You are at the final conclusion already from yesterday. So that's how we saw the gopis also in the previous part one, right? Like how they are always about giving pleasure to the Lord and not expecting what they get from the Lord in serving. Yeah.
And one more thing, it mentioned that here in this whatever we read, it says the people, the devotees who satisfied with what they are doing, who is fully satisfied, they don't want more than that. Those people are in this yuga.
Yes.
But Krishna Bhakti is Prema Bhakti. They want more. They never satisfied. So people who satisfied, okay, I'm doing my garland service, I'm satisfied. No matter what, I'm not extending, then I will go to this yuga, maybe. Like that, right, Mataji?
Like how in the part one, Narada asked Krishna, right? Whoever pray to you, they should never feel satisfied. And he said, yeah, they never
yeah.
So he already got that blessing. Yes. Whoever does bhakti never feel that enough is enough. Yes. More and more.
That's what I understand. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, yes. But somewhere in some class I read where I heard where Krishna says to the gopis, I have nothing else to give you. You be satisfied in your bhakti because I don't have anything to give you.
He cannot give, but they are also not going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Requesting though, but they are not able to because of his sweetness keeps on increasing. So they are not able to feel satisfied with what they
have. They are ready to give everything. Even they want to go to hell to fulfill his headache for 10 minutes. So that is a difference between this yuga and that yuga. Sorry, the loga.
Loka, yes. Yes, Mataji. So I am like Gopakumar to travel further. I just want to ask your permission also that book 3 is 797 verses. That means if we do the same 40 verses, it will take 20 Monday to Friday days to finish part 3. So with this book, we'll stop with Vaikunta. It will not go further than that. So if we have to go to Goloka, we need December, the Margashisha month. Margashisha, it is also, December is called Margashisha, means the month that shows the way to the Supreme. So if we all stick together and if we can move forward, we'll finish book 3 and reach the Goloka planet with your permission. So
Hari Bol, Mataji.
I'm in, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. I'm in too, Mataji.
Thank you. Without you all, I cannot read by myself, and I have done this before and it didn't work well.
Mataji, only one thing that I don't understand, that while we are reading, it says, sorry, I'm going in the opposite what you are talking. I was just thinking. So it says that auspicious bugs, unauspicious bugs. Even the bugs, they are telling like inauspicious bugs, like it mentioned that something.
Yes.
Insects and worms. What does that mean, Mataji? All bugs are bugs. What is that difference?
like we see, right, like if black cat comes, it is inauspicious. If you see a bat, it is inauspicious. Like that is not auspicious. Like if you see a cow, we all
Okay, okay.
categorize who are auspicious, who are not auspicious in the material world. But the same animals, when they go to, they are seen in the Vaikuntha, they are all auspicious. There is no.
Okay, okay. Got it. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, I understood bat and cat, but not cow, right? Cow is auspicious.
Cow is, that's what I said. Here we say
Okay.
it's auspicious, but if we see a black cat, we say it's not
Okay.
auspicious, right?
Yeah, I missed that.
Just an example. Since we have the category here, Gopakumar is saying the story to a person like us, that Brahmana. So he should not think, oh, that insects are lower than the doorkeeper or the 400 forms. So he should not make Vaishnava Parada considering that those insects or bugs are lower in Vaikuntha. So that's why Narad Muni is explaining all those species are also all auspicious in Vaikuntha Loka. And all our Maharajas warn us when we go to Vrindavan not to look at the pigs and say anything bad about them or the monkeys of Vrindavan. They are all very special, just that we can see it or understand it.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
So we will end our reading here. Ekadashi ki jai, Dwadashi is just coming tomorrow. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavi Vrinda ki
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Danvat pranam, Mataji.
jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Jai.
Mataji.